Can you see my screen?
Yes, I see your screen. Yes.
Okay, so that was USD
Hold on.
JPY, right?
USDJBY. Yes.
Okay, let me just find it. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. I'm quickly gonna put those significant levels, just the
Yeah.
resistance, the support, and so on. Okay, so you had that, which was
Uh-huh.
rather correct, and you identified this structure as well. So currently, we had the market turning from this point right here, forming this
Yes.
huge impulse, followed by
Mm-hmm.
this correction,
Mm-hmm.
and then another impulse with the current correction right here.
Yes.
So with that said, uh, you still had that correct. You were on the correct path, and you did say this correction had a ascending structure in a way,
Mm-hmm.
which it really did have. And so you could have used a trend line still for the resistance of the correction. So
Yeah.
you can see that the price is rather trying to reach this point,
Mm-hmm.
this double top area,
Yes.
uh, and that is the reason why it's shooting up because of this zone. And you did
Mm-hmm.
spot out that we had the one, two, three touches on the support, which would have been um the buying area on the third touch,
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
We we could have took this trade to the upside because this was a solid buy on
Yeah.
USDJPY. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so the outcome of this, there are two possible outcomes. So it's always a
Yes.
50-50 possibility or 50-50 chance uh,
Mm-hmm.
with the market. You did say that you spotted something like this,
Mm-hmm.
where the market could push up to touch those areas and start rejecting to the downside
Mm-hmm.
in that fashion. So that is correct. Such a thing could happen, but then you should take the protocols which are the confluences uh, determined by what the candlesticks tell you. So if the price does shoot up and rejections happen right there, you need
Mm-hmm.
to spot out the reversal candlesticks
Yes.
and so on. And then because that will be taking the trade right at that point when it is
Mm-hmm.
reversing, that is the risk entry, right? And then
Yes.
so for you to take the safe entry, you'd have to wait for
A
uh,
correction.
the
Yeah.
correction of flag to go to the
Mm-hmm.
downside. So that's the one outcome that could happen with this one. But the price could really break through this point and I'll show you where the influence comes from. So I'm just gonna quickly fix this, and we're gonna look at the buy. Uh, so we did have this uh,
Mm-hmm.
structure,
Yes.
and as you can see, this was our first
Correction.
correction for a buy opportunity as a safe
Mhm.
entry, because buying here
Yeah.
was a risk entry, but then I'm pretty sure there were corrections that formed somewhere there. Because I
Mm-hmm.
remember a month ago or so, I took this trade, but then I went out when this correction formed.
I
And
see.
reason being is I spotted this. There was a correction here. There was a very good correction. It was an impulse and a correction.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this is what I took.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this huge impulse in the 4 hour time frame followed by a correction, and I took that
Mm-hmm.
I took that buy. So it's
Yes.
the same concept with what's happening with the bigger time frames.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so you can see that for the price to reach this point, it would be the 90% rule
Yes.
for basically all the buying opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So our problem here is that we have another previous high, the highest high,
Yes.
this
Mm-hmm.
one here.
I see.
So chances that this double top, possible double top, it can be disregarded and the price could break this
Mm-hmm.
90% zone and uh, keep buying until
I see.
it reaches the final highest high.
The
So
final area, yes.
yeah, so it can just keep doing
Mm,
this. So with that bearish setup of the price just turning here, you really need to wait for the
yeah.
safe entry rather than taking the risk entry, because the price can really reverse and pretend as if like it's about
Mm-hmm.
to go down, and then right after
Yeah.
those perfect reversal candlesticks, it
Mm-hmm.
it continues going up. So those are the
Yes.
two possibilities with this one. But then still with the selling with the sell setup, you are on the correct path, but you still need to consider the risks that comes with it, because uh, uh, this correction right here, it is a huge correction, which means
Mm,
it will definitely come with a huge impulse. And
I see.
this area here, it's not big enough to sustain or um, sort of what can I say? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but then the impulse would be much bigger than in contrast with the correction. So
I get you.
the chances of this area being broken are very high as well, and
I see.
you must also consider the fundamentals to behind uh, these two pairs, what's been going on
Uh-huh.
with the economies,
Mm-hmm.
because the US dollar against the Japanese yen is much less influential than the US dollar right now, considering what the market forces are. So you must also consider the fundamentals behind them. So for right now in the financial world, in real life, the economies are US dollar is stronger than Japanese yen, and
Yes.
Japanese yen, it has ties with Russia more than it has ties with the dollar. So which means it's gonna weaken in strength and the dollar is gonna overcome it, which means
Yes.
this two pairs or this chart will continue going up then
I
going
see.
down.
I see. I got you.
So yeah, that is what I wanted to let you know because um analyzing charts, you need always need to consider the two outcomes. You can see that it's a sell, but then you still need to look at the chances of the price buying. So you need to weigh your options
I
and
get
consider the
you.
market forces.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that is it for this pair. Um,
I get you.
yeah, the buy from this correction was you really spotted it out and you spotted all three touches of the buy. And I just want to show you more confluence
Mhm.
or more reasons why the buy was valid. No? So
Mhm.
I'm just gonna adjust these. So as you can see, the price also had this this area,
Mhm. I see.
and this area,
Mhm.
this is all of this area is considered as the third touch now to
Yes, for sure.
our structure because we have this, that,
Mhm.
and the final one there.
Yeah. Mhm.
So remember, always consider how the price get to the third touch.
Mhm.
And in this instance, it got there in a flag within a flag that
Mhm.
has three touches as well.
I get you. Mhm.
So
Wow.
that was
Mm.
more influence or confluence to for the buy. So
Mhm.
this buy, it already bought
Mhm.
significantly already, but then I still believe that it's gonna continue buying aggressively because of what's happening with these two industries or markets, the US dollar against the
Wonderful.
Japanese yen.
Yeah, very true. Mm.
Okay, so yeah, that is it. Do you still want to look at a different pair or we can conclude with today's session?
Okay. I think the other ones I have here for me, they are sort of trending. So those ones, they haven't given me any, what's this? Anything as of now. They were just trending, the ones that I looked into last week. So yeah, so I think for now I'm happy because I learned quite a lot today. You showed me even on this one, you actually showed me something because now I've just written down on my notes that I also need within a particular pattern, look at those patterns because the market can actually reprint as it has been shown, as you are showing me here, that within a bigger pattern, there could be those smaller nyana pattern that can be repeated within that, which might give you a very strong confluence, as you are just saying. So I think that's one thing that I am learning. And also you are giving me a homework as well with regards to looking at the fundamentals. When I look at the certain pairs, I also need to look at what is happening around the fundamentals so that also I can factor that one in So I think, yeah, basically, I think it is becoming much more clearer, Chief, now.
Okay.
Much more. Yes. I believe this week, I'll try and spot as many, but as I've indicated, I'll try to look at the major currencies first, because those ones it's quite easy because they have got so much liquidity with them. So for me, I think I'm gonna play around with those and then see anything. If I do get something, then if maybe I get stuck with anything, then I will surely send you something, because right now I've come up with a plan where now I need to sort of try and look at a number of pairs, then try and monitor them from tomorrow at the market open and see how they are moving, and then try and spot this strategy, because this is what I want to indulge more on. Yes.
Okay. No. Thank you very much. For your attendance. We'll have another
Okay.
session. Next week. Uh.
Yes.
Hopefully, it will be as good as this one. And uh, I'm very proud that you are making progress in a very speedy way, which is very
Yeah.
impressive. So just keep learning, keep looking at these major currencies, and yeah,
Mhm.
we'll meet again. Thank you very much for today's session. We'll
Okay.
keep in contact through WhatsApp. No?
Not a problem. Oh, one last thing, ne? I also looked at the volatility indices, even though I'm not trading on them. I think there was one or two that I spotted this 1, 2, 3 strategy, which played out very, very well, because all I wanted to do was just to implement and apply what you taught me. So I think I need to look at that chart, and then I will show you where I spotted that, because all I wanted was just to spot those 1, 2, 3s and see how the market is going to react, and it played out, the same way that I mean we have been discussing here. So for me, actually, it gave me the confidence that the strategy is working very well. Yes.
Okay, I know. That's very good to hear. So, just send me the files on WhatsApp, and then we'll discuss. So yeah, that'll be it for today's session.